Board final time here at Barnsley Metrodome at Players Championship 3, brought to you by PDC TV and Loop Productions, and it's the former world champion, the Bullet, Stephen Bunting, against the very recent semi-finalist at the World Championship, Jamie Lewis.
3 more each.
Real resurgence that Welsh darts is going through at the minute. Obviously, Gerwyn Price we saw on this board earlier on, chucking in a ton average. Premier League star and former UK Open finalist, making it through to his board final. Johnny Clayton was a winner on the Pro Tour last year, of course.
Jamie for the ball.
Richie Burnett might be on this streaming board in the next game. He's taking on Peter Hudson for the right to face Noppy, Danny Noppert. And Robert Owen, of course, semi-finalist at the UK Open last weekend. A lot of Welsh dart players playing some very good stuff at the minute, but Jamie Lewis has his work cut out here against the Bullets because Stephen Bunting is back in form. Last few months have seen
100.
Bunting go from being a man who was genuinely considering walking away from the game because he was so just lacking in confidence, unable
100.
to get results. He couldn't even win in the pub. He'd go and play and he'd smash people all over the board. You can get involved on Twitter, hashtag PC3. See, look at Darren
60.
Webster there. Look at the back there, just behind Whitlock. There he is. Yeah, it was going to the pub and getting beaten by just, you know, blokes off the street that really convinced
85.
Stephen Bunting he had to try and do something. So he went and worked with a psychologist, helped change his mindset, and lo and behold, it helped.
140.
It is too, anyway. Made a final of a Pro Tour event in Ireland just before the Grand Prix in Dublin. Could be a maximum here.
100.
And it is a maximum for Jamie Lewis. 180 leaves himself 136. Jamie Lewis was firing in maximums for fun at the World Championship.
100.
His best tournament as a professional. He's been around for a number of years, Jamie Lewis. Always had potential, but he really delivered on it at the World Championship. It's a 5th one in the 60. It's a 5th consecutive dart in the treble 20. And double 8 is there. 316 points seen off in 6 darts. Magnificent from the fireball Jamie Lewis. 1-0. The only thing he put his series of performances down to at the World Championship, and he had to go through the prelims. He nearly didn't make it. He only made it through the qualifying event, which you could have watched here on PDC TV just before the World Championship.
100.
And if you didn't watch it, why didn't you? Jamie Lewis kicks off with another fantastic visit. Can't follow it up with another one. But yeah, knocked
60.
out the world number 2 Peter Wright at the World Championship. Jamie Lewis made it all the way to the semi-finals, and to be honest, I thought the scoreline against Phil Taylor, where he was beaten 6-2, I believe, was
100.
a little bit harsh on Jamie, because he was right there. Every single set bar one went to a deciding leg. It was just a few doubles that let him down. Had he just hit a few more of those, that game would have been so much closer. And who knows, he
80.
might have found himself in the World Championship final. Had he done that, you know, he might not have gone on to win it, but not only would it have been a huge wedge more cash, he got 85 grand as it is just for making the semi-final of the World.
60.
But it had got him in the Grand Slam. It had done all kinds of things for Jamie Lewis. I think it might have got him in the Premier League. You never know. If you make the World Championship final, you stand a very, very good chance of getting included in the Premier League, as Lewis leaves himself 53 after 12 darts for a chance to go 2-0 up here on Stephen Bunting. Bunting's just come through a real tough game against Wayne Jones. I think Jones might have missed a match start in the deciding leg. Bunting won it 6-5. He's dragged that one down. It's a big un, but it's a good un. 2 treble 20s and double 18. Barney loves it. Bunting doesn't like it today. Or not right now, at any rate.
100.
Double 10 for 2-0.
Game shot.
Very nicely done, Jamie Lewis. Very nice indeed. The 26-year-old from Cardigan, 2-0 up.
$140.
Board finals taking place all around Barnsley right now. I can tell you the world champion
97.
Rob Cross is 4-3 up on Mario Robbie. Ryan Joyce, we saw him earlier. He's 5-4 up on Gerwin Price. Ryan Joyce is an absolute machine
96.
in these Pro Tours. He's averaging 95. It's kind of what we've seen from him right the way through the first weekend when he made a semi-final and a quarter-final. Very impressive. We do have a couple of players through to the last 16
96.
already. Jelle Klaassen is there. He beat Gabriel Clemens 6-3. Darren Webster is there, a 6-2 winner over Benito van der Pas.
95.
Peter Hudson might be there very shortly. He's 5-4 up on Richie Burnett. If he does win that game, Peter Hudson, he'll face Danny Noppert. And the winner of that faces the winner of this. Right now,
57.
Jamie Lewis is in pole position, but Bunting's got at least a couple of visits to get his first leg on the board. He could do it in this one. He might do it in this one. Oh, he had a go at it.
45. $58.
Single 9 for double 8.
Game shot.
Nicely done. 2-1. Stephen Bunting on the board in this one. Richie Burnett has taken his game to a last leg decider with Peter Hudson. That's a second
77.
round match there. That's for a place in the board final to face Danny Noppert. As I say, winner of Noppert versus one of those two will face the winner of this one. Steve Hine, the Muffin
96.
Man, is a leg away from the last 16. He's 5-3 up on Ron the Bomb Muhlenkamp. John Henderson 4-3 up on Jan Decker. Hendo took care of the UK Open quarter-finalist and three-time world champion John Part earlier on. We saw Gary Anderson and Simon
58.
Stevenson on this streaming board. Those two are duking it out over on board 10. Anderson 3-2 up. Peter Wright 3-0 up on Jermaine Watermano. I believe that's
95.
over on the other streaming board with Chris Murphy. Early stages of the Richie Edhouse, Stephen Burton game, and Brendan Dolan, Dave Chisnell. Dolan 1-0 up in that one. Richard North, the man who didn't average 114, no matter what Madars Razma tells you, is 2-1 up on Mensur Suljovic. Mensur Suljovic, who's on fire in the Premier League, although Madars Razma
100.
said North was averaging 114 in his game. It was actually 98. He is averaging 109 right now. So in Madars terms, it's about 207 average. Needs to come down from the 19s. Does
59.
do, so that does leave him a finish. At least he's thinking clearly, Jamie Lewis, even though he didn't get a treble.
$140.
Now, does he get two visits at this 167? He's going to need him.
57.
Treble 18, I would think. Single 20 or 12. It's the 20s for double 16.
38.
Now, Lewis does get that second visit, but he's not down below 100, so he's going to have to use all three darts for this one. He's not going 60 ball, is he? Of course he isn't. Double 16 for a 3-1 lead. Big moment.
78.
Just outside.
No score.
Well, he's gone the wrong side of it there, Stephen Bunting. You could see from that camera angle where the darts were kicking over. He didn't move, so maybe it didn't look as bad from where he was stood, but he certainly couldn't find the target.
Game
But
shot.
Jamie Lewis can. It's 3-1, and the Welshman is halfway to a place in the last 16. We saw him make early exits in the opening
140.
Players' Championship weekend. A first round defeat and a second round defeat for Jamie Lewis. So he's getting better. Plenty of room to the left or right. And he sticks it in the left. 180 number 2 for Jamie Lewis. He did hit so many 180s at the World Championship, and he's never really been a player who you would immediately think, you know, Jamie
100.
Lewis, he hits a lot of maximums, but he was right up there at the World Championship in being one of the biggest 180 hitters in the tournament. 4 perfect darts to start this leg.
125.
Good adjustment with the last one after a disappointing 5th.
$60.
4 19s. There's 3 of them. Yeah,
96.
That's the 4th, and that's 96. Leaves him a nice little 2-dart 100 checkout. And it's for a break of throw, this. So Stephen Bunting knows. Can he find the treble 19 to leave double 12? He can. It's a wonderful setup shot from the bullet. Is it worth anything? Has to be 2 double tops now. Has to be. And he can't find it.
60.
Can't find it. He does leave himself tops, but 24 for Stephen Bunting. And how much pressure did that 177 apply to Jamie Lewis? So we have a 3-2 game now.
$140.
The fireball kicking off ton 40.
140.
I've seen big names go out of the tournament already. There's no Michael van Gogh in here. There's no Raymond van Barneveld here. They're off doing exhibitions elsewhere. Gerwyn Price
93.
did turn his game around with Ryan Joyce, the Premier League star. 94 average, 6-5 win. Sealing it with a 14 darter.
100.
So Gerwyn Price into the last 16 along with Joe Cullen, Steve Hine, Rob Cross, the world champion, Jelle Klaassen, a
58.
former Lakeside champion, and Darren Webster, the demolition man. Jeffrey de Graaf is 5-4 up on Darrell Gurney. Could the Grand Prix champion be going out?
140.
Could the Grand Prix semi-finalist John Henderson be going out? He's 5-4 down to Jan Dekker. Could Gary Anderson be going out? He's, well, 4 apiece with the very dangerous Simon Stevenson as Lewis.
140.
Well, he stayed there. He was looking at a 180s leave 30. It's on. Still on.
96.
Needed the bullseye and he just holds his elbow there. Not sure what that's about there. Single 20 leaves double 16. Nice and high, well away from the treble, doesn't want to bust.
Game
And
shot.
that's so in the middle of the 16. 4-2 Jamie Lewis. Very impressive stuff.
$100.
99 average for Bunting right now. Not enough though. 96 for Jamie Lewis. Will this nudge it up a bit?
125.
Well.
$98. $140.
Would have been a third maximum for Jamie Lewis. But he'll take that. He's about 70 points clear.
59.
And that's not a big enough dent in it.
$58.
got to leave himself handy here, Stephen Bunting, if he's going to turn this game around. That's a great start. Fantastic dart, Stephen Bunting.
125.
That hurts him. That really does hurt him. Just staying straight in a single 20 would have made a huge difference for him. As it is, 119 is gettable.
42.
Lewis had a crack at that 136 in the very first leg of this game. So Bunting knows he's quite capable of pulling it off if he gives him a chance.
79.
And he has given him a chance, and he holds his elbow again. Just holding that throwing arm slightly limply by his side there, Stephen Bunting. 15 scored, so he can't see off the 136 now. That'll be a
54.
concern for Bunting, not just in this game, but over the course of today and tomorrow as well. It doesn't look that serious.
20.
But little niggles can make the difference. 3 more darts missed for 4-3. Lewis, bullseye. Is it bullseye? Oh, okay. Well, now it's bull. And there it is! Wonderful darts, Jamie Lewis. I was confused that he seemed to be going treble 20 for double 11. I'm not sure I've seen that many times before. But the bullseye was magnificent. 5-2 to Jamie Lewis. He's only ever beaten Stephen Bunting once before in his professional career. And that was some time ago.
43.
That was back in 2015 in Coventry, Ricoh Arena. He used to play some Pro Tour events there. He won that one 6-3. Since then, they've met a couple of times. Bunting has won them both.
85.
Once at the UK Open a couple of years back. Once in Ireland at the Players' Championship event we have before the Grand Prix. Both of those games went to last leg deciders. And one of them was long format as well. The UK Open one, it was first to 9.
122.
And Bunting just shaded it.
$140.
At the minute, though, it looks very much like Jamie Lewis is going to exact a bit of revenge for a couple of close defeats to Bunting. Maximum once again.
125.
Oh, dragging it down savagely to the left-hand side.
$60. $47.
Well, Lewis has given himself a chance. Be some way to seal it, and he might have to
140.
take out this 164 because Bunting has got himself onto 76. Yes. Oh, unlucky.
130.
And again, he decides to go for the 60 to leave himself a slightly odd double, but he is on a double for the match. It can still be done here. 13s or 17s? It's 13s. Double 16 now for Stephen Bunting to stay
44.
alive, and he misses outside. Lewis has left himself 26 on purpose. Now, was it the right decision? Yes, it was. Jamie Lewis, the fireball, the man from Cardigan, the World Championship semi-finalist, has seen off the former Lakeside champion Stephen Bunting. 6-2, 95 averages for the pair of them. Impressive stuff from Jamie Lewis to close that one out by such a convincing margin. He is through to the last 16 and will face either Danny Noppert or Richie Burnett.